What's going on, guys? It's me, SemiMong, and I am back with Crash Bandicoot. So I've been waiting a very long time for this remaster. It's been quite a wait, but it's finally here. It came out at midnight last night. Just as a pre-warning, all of this is pre-recorded, and I've currently got a really sore throat. So if I do cough, I am sorry. But look, I am back with Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy, and more specifically, we're playing the third installment of Crash Bandicoot Warped, okay? So this was my favourite series, or favourite game of the series, sorry. And it's the one I've got the most memories of. And we're actually playing the first boss battle in the background here, Tiny. So he releases his lions that you've got to dodge. He then comes after you with his spear, so you've got to dodge all of his attacks and then give him a good quick spin or a quick attack to get his health down. You've got to do that 3 times. But you can see I'm being munched. I'm being munched so hard by these lions. It's just a game. It's a dodging and weaving game, you know. Float like a butterfly, but not really sting like a bee. Just continue floating like a butterfly until you get a chance to be sneaky. So as I said, guys, this is Crash Bandicoot Warped, but the game came out with the first 3 in the series: Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, which is number 2, and then Warped, which is number 3. So if you would like to see any of the other 2 games, or if you'd like to see more Crash Bandicoot Warped, be sure to leave that comment down below. But I'm telling you, Crash Bandicoot 3 is my favourite by far, so I've got a couple of videos out on the third one so far, and we've got some gameplay from the OG, the original Crash Bandicoot, which was so much fun to play. But after so many years of playing this game, or not playing this game, sorry, and then returning like a good 9 or 10 years later, it's just like the Warcraft 3 thing. Like, so many memories came flooding back, but then I'm such a noob at it, literally. Like, all the strategies and all just the quick tips of how you're meant to dodge enemies and attack enemies, I just forgot it. So my first few run-throughs were pretty abysmal, so to say the least. But we are actually playing Tiny, which is the first boss on Crash Bandicoot Warped, and then in a minute I'll show you some gameplay of another 2 levels. I believe it's, I can't remember the names. Like, I'm not good with names. By names, they're not, but it's early gameplay. I really want to try and cover as much as Crash Bandicoot 3 as I can. Potentially even doing a video on every single level. Just short, a couple minute clips. So if that's something you're interested in and want to see literally every level of the game, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And let me know what you're interested. Maybe you've played this game before as a child. Maybe you're a younger child yourself now who's never even heard of Crash Bandicoot and have only gotten into it because it's a remaster of a classic of a game. Okay, but you can see that I'm failing against Tiny. So what they've done, okay, to help out players is that you can see I've got an Aku mask. Now, by no means was this game easy back in the day. So to help out newer players now that potentially haven't played the Crash Bandicoot series, they've given you a free Aku mask. I don't know if it's at the start of each level or where in levels where you keep dying, but this allows you to take an extra hit. But that's literally the only type of like difficulty compensation they've made to the game. Like, everything else is on point and pinpoint to the same difficulty, and I can hand on heart tell you that I have been on some levels over the past few hours last night as I was recording and gotten so raged, like absolutely raged, I just couldn't do it. And I don't know if I'm angry or actually happy that I'm still feeling the rage of the exact same levels when I was a kid. Now, if you brought up the game Crash Bandicoot, you brought up certain levels to me now before I had played the game, I wouldn't remember them. But as I said, returning to the game after like 9 or 10 years, it's absolutely insane how much I remember, like how much of my memory was hidden inside of my own brain. Like, I'm going on to levels and being like, oh my god, I remember this. Like the dinosaur level, Dynamite. I've got some footage of it. It will be up next week potentially. I've got a ton to edit. But that level, mate, as a kid, was so annoying and so scary. I used to get scared by the little ghost things that came out of the black tar. Like, I was only like 5 or 6, and every time I used to come up to one of them, I would have to stand there and be like, alright, and then run and time my attack. And it used to be the greatest achievement I had ever done while playing Crash Bandicoot, and it still is. Like, literally 10 years later, I'm just as happy to take out those minions in the black tar. Like, I don't know what they are, but that dinosaur slash, I think it's lava as well, it's really lava-y, dinosaur slash lava level is it brought back a memory, fam. And so did this one as well. Like, I did get a weird death glitch there. The goat's meant to fling you up in the air, but it seems like he didn't. And I have got an upgraded Aku mask. But there's actually different variants of this level. So I first jumped into this level and was like, I remember this. Like, I remember getting kissed by those frogs. I remember the frog turning into a prince and it costing me a death every time. And then I started playing through the game and you actually come across another medieval themed level like this further on in the game. Now, I don't remember there being two. That's just my unfortunate bad memory. Like, I'm really bad at remembering things. Names, game names, subject names, just anything like that. I'm bad at remembering. But obviously I remember there being a medieval level with the goats, with the frogs always messing me about. And then the next medieval level is they actually add in the two-headed or big guys. So here you've got the swingy ones, and then on the next level they add in the big giant that used to bang you in. I don't know if the 3D model is actually the same. I don't know if he used to have two heads and two swords. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've heard something that he didn't, and they've changed that. But going back to it, I can remember its annoyance. Oh god, there I go. I knew I was going to cough at some point in this video, literally. But what I'm going to try and do is focus Crash Bandicoot Warped 3, okay? It's my favourite game. I want to try and get to the later levels and try and get there as quickly as I can. And then I'm going to go revisit number 1 and number 2. Unless there's obviously a lot of interest in that, which in that case I'll go straight back to them and be like, hey, here we go. But I want to try and focus on Warped 3 just because as a child, okay, you remember getting a game and do you remember stopping halfway through? Just there like, I can't, like I've died so many times, and not stopping like stopping for the night, like you just give up. Like the next time you look at the game case and go to put the game in the PS2 or PS1 as it was back then, you're looking at it like I just can't be bothered. Well, that's what happened with this game back in the day, okay? I never got to the later stages. Like, you get the first 5 levels, you get another 5 levels, and in one segment, I think you get 25 levels of Warped 3. And then it moves you over to another segment, which takes you to another 25 levels, I'm pretty sure. I never got past that. Like, I've seen people get past that, but I don't think I ever got past that. So that is my goal for this game, and just on an entirety, on a whole. Now, I have hit the bonus level, so this is like the 2D side-scrolling part of the game. Still absolutely amazing. I do prefer the 3D levels, and I've got footage, guys, of the motorbike and the tiger, like, racing levels. It was so fun to replay them after so many years. I'm actually going to try and beat the time trial on that. But the bonus levels are just as hectic as I remember them. Like, some of them, you can see a box in the bottom right now, okay? And I completely missed that. Like, I just didn't see it. And that's actually screwed me here, so I can't get all the boxes. So it kind of annoyed me. But some of these bonus levels really do have, like, sneaky box placement. So if you're one of those, like, perfectionists, just on point, like, mwah, then you'll want to be taking the bonus levels slow, and just in generally taking all of the levels slow. Like, I've got some gameplay coming up of where I failed this level multiple times, okay? I finally beat it, okay? Finally get there, and then I make the same mistake that I did before, just because the game entices you into making that mistake. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's so weird. And then I'm coming to the end of this level, and I just get murked by that goat. Another weird death glitch here, which, I don't know. Maybe it's something they're going to update in the future. They've actually added a ton new... Don't quote me on this, I believe it's 60 new death animations for all types of the levels. So when you get attacked by an animal, an NPC, when you fall off of the environment, new death animations for when you're in the water, everything like that. It's all changed up, so be sure to look out if you are an OG Crash fan and remember dying a lot back in the day. They've sort of spiced things up and enhanced it a little bit, so that'll be something to check out. Now, do I make it past this frog? That's something I'm not sure. I know I finished this level and then we go on to another level, but I'm not sure. No, I don't. I end up getting murked again. That's what the goat death scene's meant to look like. Okay, you're meant to have a goat and it's meant to flip you up. I don't know why it glitched out the first couple of times. That's kind of annoying. But I do end up finishing this level and then actually moving on to the next level. So let's go take a look at that. But you can see I got cut in half. Like, it's so cool. I don't think that was in the original game, being cut in half by the sword. I can't remember it. Alright guys, to finish it off, I believe we've got one of the OG sort of monkey climbing levels. So this reminds me a lot of the Prince of Persia. I don't know why, it's in the desert, back in the Persian princey times. That's why I call them the Prince of Persian levels, because there's, once again, it's like the medieval themed ones. There's quite a few of them, and just because you climb on monkey bars is the only reason why I like this level. It's a new feature that you don't actually see in any of the other levels, where you just hop up and you're just monkey climbing all the way around. I don't know how soon we get there, but it's a lot different as well. These levels sort of incorporate side-scrolling 2D, or 2.5D should I say, with like forward-facing 3D. But look at the monkey bars. This is where I used to mess up loads when I was younger. The perception on this, I didn't know if I had to go forward more, had to go back more. So I do what I used to do and just like spin as soon as I get to a cross section. Now I remember these pot guys, okay? Back on the PS1, they looked a bit, oh god, my throat, they looked a bit different. I'm not gonna lie, they looked a bit boxier, shall we say, not really like a vase or a pot. But that's something to mention, guys. It's coming back to the game. Like, you're always told when you remember something, you'll remember it more detailed. So for an example, when you remember an old game you're playing, you'll remember it in a lot more detail than what it actually was. So if you went back and played that old game, it would not look how you remember it. But just, I know that in my head, Crash doesn't look like what I remembered it as, and if I went back to it, it'd look different. But this is literally what I remember Crash as in my head. Like, the graphics would obviously be a lot worse, a lot more blocky, but the whole essence of Crash is just back into the game. So if you haven't picked this up, or if you've never even played Crash and don't know what it's about, just go and pick up Crash. Do yourself a favor. It is amazing. Once again, guys, if you would like to see any particular level or any particular type of game, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let me show you this bonus level, and I think I'm going to end it off there. But if you are interested in particular more Crash free stuff, remember, subscribe to the channel and comment down below. But look at this. You have to do a staircase up, so if you missed that initial staircase, you don't do those boxes. I'm telling you, the bonus levels have actually got you on point. They've got you thinking. I took my time here and didn't actually get to that box quick enough, so it spun round and turned to a normal crate before I could get an extra life, which was kind of annoying. And I've never seen this either. I don't remember these in the original game, like an apple and a TNT. Like, I remember the boxes changing from like an Aku to a life to an apple, but I never remembered the actual like box changing from an apple to a TNT. So if I'm just being stupid and that was in the original games, let me know down below, but I don't think it was. Guys, I'm going to end it off there. I couldn't reach those two boxes, unfortunately. Be sure to check out my Twitter and Instagram for more gaming content. I try and differentiate it as much as I can. All of our links are in the social down below. All of our links are in the description down below. Thank you for all of the support as always. It means so much. And yeah, thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.